'Tis all over now, Mummy. Between me and Philip.
Ah, I didn't quite know what to say.
Why?
Well, Claire, my natural instinct is to say something which I'm afraid might be hurtful.
What is the something?
Good.
It's all right. You can say it.
Good, then.
Yes, it is good. And now I don't have to see him at work every day. I can manage.
But what if he suddenly turned up again?
Oh, I don't think he will turn up again. I think he's going to be fully occupied over the next few months just keeping his marriage together.
Oh, I hope you're not too hurt.
Oh, I'll bounce back in time.
Hmm.
But what it has taught me is that affairs with married men just don't work. You were right.
Oh, was I?
Yes. We so quickly get into a cycle of lying and deception and guilt and panic. Oh, God, I was in a terrible state, drinking so much apart from anything else. No, as you said, that kind of affair can never work.
Did I say that?
Of course you did.
Yes, of course I did. I mean, in most cases, yes, I dare say there are one or two that do work out, but now, as a general rule...
So now I am going to keep busy, be positive, get on with my life and forget all about him.
Good.
Which is actually why I dropped in. Wondered if you'd like to come for a drink at the wine bar this evening.
What, me with you?
Yes, would you like that?
Yes, Claire. That is to say, I mean, on any other day I would have. The fact is, I am meeting someone else for a drink this evening.
Oh, well, never mind.
It's just an old friend, yes, an old friend whom I haven't seen for a bit and suddenly saw. And this person said, how about meeting for a drink? And I said yes. And the thing is, I would come and have a drink with you because I don't know exactly when I'm going to be meeting my friend, you know, the exact time. But if I am going to be having a drink later, it doesn't really seem a good idea to have a drink before, you know, the breathalyzer.
No, sure. Well, listen, I'll go and see if Granny fancies going out for a drink.
Oh, yes, why not?
Ah. Incidentally, have you told her yet?
Told her what?
About your affair with the married man.
What?
Come on, Mummy, you remember. Granny got hold of the wrong end of the stick and thought it was you who was having an affair with Philip.
Oh, yes.
Well, now neither of us is. It doesn't matter if you tell her the truth.
Well, except it might make her think badly of you.
Maybe it'll stop her thinking badly of you.
Oh, I don't think anything would do that. Oh, there's the telephone.
Well, I'm going to answer it.
Yes, of course. Look, why don't you go down and see if Granny does want to go out for a drink?
All right.
Hello? Oh, hello, Russell. Nice of you to call, Russell. How are you, Russell? It's Russell. So, if you want to go down and see Granny...
It's all right, Mummy. See you.
Hello? Sorry about that, James. Oh, Russell's an old friend, my boss, actually. Look, Oh, is she? All right, phone back as soon as you can.
Mummy, I thought you weren't going to have a drink. You know, the old breathalyzer?
No, I wasn't, but you know, I changed my mind.
There you are, Clare. Evening, Sarah, dear.
Evening, Mother.
Just going out for a drink with Clare.
So I gathered. Have a good time.
Thank you. Your phone's ringing, dear.
Yes, I'll answer it. I just thought, since you were about to go...
I'm just fixing my scarf, dear.
Yes. Hello? Double glazing? No, I don't want any double glazing. I think you must have a wrong number. Why don't you try redialing in a couple of minutes? Wrong number.
You didn't say a number.
No, but whoever it was must have not recognized my voice, and,
Are you set?
Yes, dear, just coming.
See you, Mummy, if you're sure.
No, sweet of you, but no.
See you later, Sarah.
Yes, sure, possibly.
What do you mean, possibly?
Oh, you know, just, if you're not back too late.
Ah.
Come on, Granny, I'm parched.
Yes, all right, dear, just coming. Have a good evening, Sarah. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Well, that opens up the options, doesn't it? Oh, no, I can't. Ring, damn you, ring. about that, James. My mother was here and... Yes, look, are we still on for tonight? Ah, no. No, obviously, if she's fixed for you to... Yeah, yes, if the children... No, of course you must. Of course you must. All right. Ring me, won't you? Claire! Mother!
No, Granny, I think you're being terribly unfair on Mummy. You always think the worst of her.
Now, Claire, you must admit that I've known her longer than you have.
I can't argue with that.
So I do know her better than you do.
No, that I can argue with.
Oh, come along. I'm her mother.
Mummy is my mother. Does that mean she's the one person in the world who knows me best?
No, not in this case, of course.
Good. So, you see?
I'm the one person in the world who knows you best.
Well, all I'm saying about Mummy is
And
that...
all I'm saying is that I can tell when she's being deceitful. There's an expression that comes into her face when she's doing something she knows she shouldn't be. And it hasn't changed for over 40 years. I remember when she was only 2, and she cut off all Rosie's hair.
Who's Rosie?
Her doll. And when I asked her who had done it, she told me a lie.
Ah, now that's what I mean about thinking the worst of her. You assumed it was a lie.
Claire, she told me that God had done it.
Oh. Well, I suppose in a cosmic sense she was right.
Well, the point is that when she told me that lie, she had that expression on her face. And she's had it on a lot recently.
So, whose hair do you think she's cut off this time?
No, Claire, I think she's having an affair.
What?
With a married man.
Oh, Granny, no, 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 no.
What?
I have to tell you, this has been going on long enough. Mummy is not having an affair with a married man.
But, Claire, I know all the details. It was that man who was transferred from your office, Philip Brownlow.
Yes, I know.
And he was transferred for having an affair.
Yes.
With your mother.
No, with me.
What?
Yes, and it's all over now, but while it was on, Mummy was very supportive. She knew all about it. She didn't approve, but she restrained herself from becoming the heavy moralist with me. And I really appreciated that, which is why I can't let you go on saying these things about her.
So, you're telling me I've been barking up the wrong tree?
Oh, Granny, what you've been barking up is so wrong, it's not even a tree.
Yes. It's all right, 6:30. So will I. Fine. Bye. Sorry, Russell, that was, just someone, sorry.
Why are you apologising?
Well, you know, taking personal calls while I'm supposed to be at work, while I am at work. Now, it was today we were going to get that Victorian melodrama section sorted out, wasn't it?
Not sure that I actually need a Victorian melodrama section.
No?
No, not while I've got you on the premises. Incidentally, Sarah, going back a moment, have I ever objected to your taking personal calls at work?
Well, no, but...
So that was presumably not what you were apologising for just now?
No. Well, the thing is, that person, the person who rang on the phone, is just, you know, someone who,
What? Rang about double glazing?
Yes. No.
Sarah, you don't have to lie to me.
But
I'm not your mother. I'm not your daughter. There's no percentage in lying to me.
No. You mean I should tell you the truth?
I don't mean anything. I just find it mildly embarrassing to see you going through these agonies of deception when there's no need.
Yes, sorry. Are they really agonies of deception?
Afraid so. Guilty as hell, you look.
Oh, dear. Perhaps I should tell you.
You don't have to. Things you want to talk about, talk about. Things you don't want to talk about, don't talk about.
Right. I think it'd probably be better if I didn't talk about this.
Fine.
But I've got to talk to somebody.
Also fine.
I think that's one of the worst things about being a widow. There are so many times a day when I just want to have a word with Henry about something.
But not about this, surely.
Oh, no. How do you know? I haven't told you anything.
Not in words, no.
Oh. How much do you know?
Well, I assume it's that man that you met at the drinks party the other week.
Yes.
I assume his name is James, because that's what he calls himself on the phone.
Yes.
And I assume he's married.
How did you... Oh, the agonies of deception.
Yes.
Well, you're right. Honestly, I haven't been interested in many men since Henry.
Sam?
Well, yes, Sam, but... Anyway, James is the only other one who seemed interesting, who seemed interested, who could just possibly be a real relationship, and he turns out to be bloody married.
Did you know that when you first met him?
We didn't say so at the drinks party, but I knew. I shut my mind to the idea, but I knew. It all seemed fairly simple. Then I'd met someone I liked, and I wanted to see him again.
So you did?
Yes, and within a fortnight I was caught up in the cycle of lying and deception and guilt and panic that I spent the last 3 months warning my daughter against. Oh, it's insane. The risks are just... well, they outweigh any possible benefits. I must stop seeing him.
Do you mean that?
Yes, I will stop seeing him.
So, no 6:30 assignation tonight?
Oh. Well, I will stop seeing him, really. But not quite yet.
Good evening, dear.
Ah, Mother. I thought you'd be downstairs in your own flat.
Well, as you can see, I'm not.
I thought the whole point...
I wanted to have a word with you, Sarah,
Oh, dear.
about your private life.
Oh, dear.
In fact, specifically about your having an affair with a married man.
Look, Mother, I know it can't last.
Claire's
but while
told me the truth.
I didn't know she knew the truth.
And what I want to say is...
What?
I'm sorry.
Look, Mother, What did you say?
I'm sorry.
You? Sorry?
I completely got the wrong end of the stick.
Oh.
I feel almost embarrassed.
You? Embarrassed?
To think what I thought of you.
Ah.
I should have trusted you. I should have trusted myself and the way I've brought you up. I should have known you'd have far too much good sense to get involved with a married man. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I've just been a silly, suspicious old woman.
Mother?
I'll never again dream of entertaining any such suspicions of you. I've learned my lesson. I tell you, if I came in one day and found you in bed with a naked man and a furious wife battering on the bedroom door, I'd trust you and find some innocent explanation for it.
Oh. Well, I suppose that's quite comforting in a way.
But this does bring us to another point, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yes. Clare.
Ah, Clare.
Clare having an affair with a married man. She said you knew about it, but I wonder if...
Yes, I knew about it.
Well, it's terrible, isn't it, for someone of her age?
Mother, it happened and it's over, and Clare is recovering and there's no need for any post-mortem.
Sarah, she must realize that affairs like that never work.
No.
You so quickly get into a cycle of lying and deception and guilt and panic. Yes. I mean, the risks far outweigh any benefits, don't they?
Yes, Mother. Oh, yes.
So far as your mother's concerned, you have carte blanche to behave exactly as you please.
I suppose so. She promised she would never be suspicious of me ever again. Do you know she said maybe it was God who cut off Rosie's hair?
What?
It's too complicated to explain. So, anyway.
The affair can continue with your mother's blessing.
Not easy, though.
No. It is still going on, though.
I keep intending to stop seeing him, but I don't know. It's just good to have something happening in my life.
Yes.
And also, James is just nice, interesting, good company. I mean, he's very keen on books. Collects boys' adventure stories, you know, Captain Marriott, Henty, that lot.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Oh, you'd like him. You'd have lots to talk about. But there's no way I can introduce you.
No, I can't see an elegant foursome with him and his wife. Or an elegant fivesome if we included Bob.
No. All kinds of simple, straightforward social things are just ruled out by the situation. It seems such a pity.
Sarah, if it makes you happy.
Well, that's the last thing it does. Well, odd moments, I suppose. Oh, I know it's got to end, but I just feel so... I'm sorry, Ross, I shouldn't be burdening you with this.
Am I being burdened? Just wonder how much help I am. You really need to talk to someone who's been through the same thing.
Yes, but...
You sat up over many a late cup of coffee with Clare, didn't you? When she came back from Australia. And over that thing with Philip. You were understanding. You didn't come any heavy moral line with her. You just listened and listened.
And listened, yes.
Well, Clare's generation doesn't fuss about these things. She won't moralise at you. She knows what you're going through.
Well, it's a thought.
Well, Mummy, there's only one thing you can do.
What?
You've got to stop it.
Look, Claire, I know it's got to stop at some point.
No, you've got to stop it now.
Yes, but...
Affairs with married men just don't work.
I know they don't.
You
but-
so quickly get into a cycle of lying and deception, guilt and panic.
Yes, I know that, but...
And I've noticed you're drinking far too much.
Oh, well, perhaps just a little bit.
No, you must ring him and tell him it's over.
I can't ring him. That's the catch-22. There's his wife at home and his secretary at the office. I have to wait till he rings me.
Well, next time he rings you, you tell him it's over.
Yes, yes, I know I should, but Claire, you know what it's like when you're involved with someone. You think you'll just see him one more time.
Mummy, he's married.
I know he's married. I hardly think about anything else except the fact that he's married.
But he's got a wife.
I know he's got a wife. I do know what being married means, Claire.
I have to go. Mummy, you can't have an affair with a married man.
Yes, I know you shouldn't, but Claire, I wanted to talk to you as someone who'd been through the same thing. And
Mummy, you must stop this relationship at once.
Why?
Because it's immoral.
Thank you, Claire. You've been a great help.
How sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a moralising middle-aged daughter of 20.
Yes. I was quite surprised by how forceful she was, though. To her mind, the moral issue was completely black and white, no room for any shade of grey at all.
Oh, that's the reaction of the convert. As they say, anyone who breaks a habit generally frames the pieces. No more violent anti-smoker than someone who's just given up. No one more resolutely anti-drink than the new member of Alcoholics Anonymous.
And no one more vehemently against affairs with married men than someone who's just broken one off. I wonder if there's a society called Married Men Anonymous.
Would you join it if there were?
Yes, I would. I mean, Claire may have sounded horribly priggish, but what she was saying was absolutely right. The trouble with me and James is...
That you love him?
I'm not really sure whether I do or not. The bigger trouble is that I like him. If only he'd do something to make me stop liking him.
The fact that he's deceiving his wife isn't enough.
Hasn't been up till now. Still, I've made up my mind. Tonight, I am finishing it.
You're seeing him?
I've invited him round to the house. I've never done that before.
Sounds like more of a commitment rather than less.
No, it's not. I don't know why, but it's something I could only do once I decided it was over. I've had enough of all the lies. From now on, it's going to be truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
A noble intention.
Well, wish me luck, Russell.
All the luck in the world. I think you're going to need it. Hello.
Hello, come in. It's through here.
Ah. Strange, you know, Sarah, seeing you in your own environment.
Well, there's a lot of things we don't know about each other, James. A lot of things we don't have in common.
Some we do.
Would you like a drink?
Thanks.
I don't think I've ever drunk as much as I have during these last weeks.
Doesn't do much harm.
We need it to drown the guilt.
Yes. Well, I don't know.
Oh, come on. You feel as guilty as I do.
Maybe a bit.
There.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to...
Getting over each other as quickly as possible.
Oh, but Sarah...
It's got to end, James.
I know. I think that all the time I'm away from you, but when I'm near you, when I touch you...
Don't touch me, please, James.
Sarah.
No, don't, please.
Oh.
Good evening, Sarah, dear.
Mother. Mother, this is James Pope.
How do you do?
Hello, I'd come to measure the windows for double glazing, and as I was measuring, suddenly Mrs. France came over all faint, and I rushed to catch her before she fell.
Oh, yes, of course. She has been looking a bit peaky the last few weeks. Are you all right, Sarah, dear?
Yes, fine, thank you, Mother.
Well, I'm sorry to disturb you. I just heard voices and I'll go. I'll leave you to your double glazing.
No, Mother.
What?
Sit down. I don't want any more lies. I refuse to take part in a cheap bedroom farce. Mother, James is not a double glazing salesman. He is my lover.
Sarah.
My married lover.
Very well, Sarah. I'm sorry, Mr. Pope. This is just one of my daughter's little jokes.
What?
She's getting at me. I harbored some rather silly, inaccurate suspicions about her recently. I'm afraid you're being used by Sarah to get back at me for my stupidity.
I don't understand.
Mother, James is, or rather was, my lover.
All right, dear. You can stop. I think we've got the point now, haven't we?
Not sure that
Never mind. I did apologize to you, Sarah. I'd have thought that would have been enough.
Mother, I'm telling the truth.
Yes, dear. Your trouble is that you never know when you've gone on long enough. She's been the same from a child, Mr. Pope. No idea the number of times she told me God had cut off Rosie's hair.
Mother.
All right, dear. I'm going. Glad to see you here, Mr. Pope. I've always told Sarah she needed double glazing. Will she listen?
Mother.
Goodbye, dear.
What did you mean? I was your lover.
Just that. It's over, James.
But why? Don't you like me anymore?
Oh, no, no. I wish it were that, but it's not. It's just all too complicated, too much deceit.
Surely it's worth all that.
No, that's just the point. It isn't worth all that. All the lying and the guilt. No.
But Sarah, if I can cope...
What do you mean?
Look, I'm being unfaithful to my wife.
Yes.
But it's not as if you've got anyone to be unfaithful to, is it?
And the minute he said that, Russell, I realised how little he understood. I mean, if he thought just because Henry was dead it was easy...
And he'd given you a reason to stop liking him.
Yes.
So, it really is over.
Yes. And like Clare before me, and I suppose thousands of women before Clare, my first feeling is one of enormous relief.
Your second feeling?
Oh...
Regret?
No, not regret. Just more relief, really, that his wife didn't find out.
And that the relationship didn't go the distance?
Oh, it could never have gone the distance.
No. That was part of its appeal.
What do you mean?
Oh, like it was with Sam. You're not ready for anything that could go the distance yet, are you?
No.
Still too much Henry in your life.
Yes, damn it. I think we should stop talking about my problems, Russell, and get on with some work.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
All right. Spoil sport.